One letter, one memory, one moment that changed everything. The letter my father never sent. After Dad passed away, I found an old dusty box in the attic. Inside was a folded letter with my name on it. His handwriting shaky, the paper yellowed. It was never sent. My heart pounded as I unfolded it, feeling like I was about to uncover something he hid deep inside. The letter started with, "If you're reading this, I'm gone." It was like hearing his voice one last time. I didn't know what to expect, but I knew this letter held the words he never said. He wrote about his silence and how he struggled to express love. He confessed he wasn't the perfect father, but loved me more than words could show. The letter felt raw, honest, like a secret apology. He admitted that sometimes he thought staying quiet was easier than trying to explain himself. I realized he wasn't cold or distant, just scared to be vulnerable. Reading his words, I felt closer to him than ever before, even though he was gone. For years, there was a silence between us. Not the absence of words, but the absence of feelings spoken aloud. He said he was afraid his love wouldn't be enough or would be misunderstood. That scared me too, feeling loved but never hearing it. The letter said he hoped I'd someday understand that his silence came from love, not neglect. I wanted to believe him, but the wounds were deep. He recalled small moments from my childhood, teaching me to tie my shoes, reading me bedtime stories, quietly watching me sleep when I was sick. Those were rare, but precious memories. He wished he had more time to be there, more strength to show it. I remember those nights, feeling safe even if he didn't say much. The letter reminded me that love is sometimes shown through actions, not just words. Dad apologized for the times he wasn't there. Missed birthdays, school plays, and important events. Work pulled him away, but he said I was always in his heart. I never told him how much I felt his absence. Now, reading his apology, I saw the guilt he carried silently. The letter made me realize that while he failed in some ways, his love was never missing, just hidden beneath the weight of his struggles. Dad died suddenly one cold evening. The house felt emptier than ever. His chair sat untouched, his scent fading away. Before finding this letter, I had nothing to hold on to. No final words, no goodbye. Now his letter was like a last embrace, fragile but real. I read it late into the night, clinging to every sentence as if hearing him speak from beyond. The letter became my way to reconnect with the father I thought I lost forever. In the letter, he admitted his fears, fear of failing me, of not being good enough. He wrote how hard it was to balance work, family, and his own insecurities. He wished he'd said more, been more present. Reading that apology was painful but healing. It showed me his humanity, the cracks beneath his strength. For the first time, I saw his love wasn't perfect, but it was real and deep. He wanted me to know that. Dad confessed he regretted not teaching me important things, how to shave, how to fix a car, even how to stand up for myself. He feared he wasn't a good role model, but hoped I'd learn through my own mistakes. That honesty made me smile softly. I remembered the times I struggled, wished he was there. Now I understood he was trying, even when he stumbled. His letter was a lesson in love and imperfection. He mentioned the old baseball glove I outgrew years ago, the one he kept in his closet. To him, it wasn't just a glove, but a symbol of our bond, silent but strong. He hoped I remembered the joy we shared playing catch, even if brief. That glove was a quiet reminder that love doesn't always need words. Holding that memory, I felt warmth spread through me. His love was in the simplest things, even if he rarely said. Mom never spoke much about Dad after he was gone, but she kept the letter safe, waiting for me to be ready. I found comfort knowing she understood the weight of unspoken words between us. She trusted that, when the time was right, the letter would help heal old wounds. It was as if Mom had been carrying the letter's secret for years, waiting for me to find my own way to him. Her quiet support meant more than she ever said. Reading deeper, I saw Dad not as distant or cold, but as a man battling his own fears. His silence wasn't absence, it was struggle. He wanted to protect me from his weaknesses, even if it meant pushing me away. It made me realize that behind every quiet moment was a heart full of love, trying but afraid. I began to forgive him, understanding the burden he carried in silence. He wrote about hoping I would be kinder and braver than him, able to say the words he couldn't. He wanted me to break the cycle of silence and show love openly. That hope was a gift. I promised myself to be different, to speak my love loud and clear, so no one I care about ever feels the emptiness I once did. Dad recalled the day I came home bruised from a fight. He didn't scold me, but quietly tended my wounds, letting me learn how to stand tall. That memory stayed with me. His way of loving was quiet, but steady. He wanted me to grow strong, even if he wasn't always loud about it. Now I saw that strength in his quiet care. He revealed he always carried a worn photo of me in his wallet, a silent reminder of his love. Even when he seemed absent, I was never far from his thoughts. That small act, unseen by me for years, showed how deeply he cared. Sometimes love is held in the smallest keepsakes, quietly guarding a bond. Dad feared missing my milestones, graduations, weddings, children. He worried his silence would leave scars, but he hoped I'd find joy even without him. Now I knew he loved me through all those moments, even if from afar. His letter helped me see his love wasn't perfect, but it was unwavering. That gave me peace. Dad remembered teaching me to ride a bike, how patient he was when I kept falling. He described the pride he felt when I finally balanced, even if he never said it aloud. That memory warmed me. His love wasn't always loud, but it was there in every steady hand guiding me forward, even when I didn't realize it. He apologized for missing my birthday once. The guilt weighed heavy on him. He never wanted me to feel unimportant. Reading that made my heart ache. I had carried anger for years, but now I understood how deeply he cared, even when life pulled him away. His apology was a bridge back to him. There was a time I hated him for not being there. The anger filled every corner of my heart. But the letter showed me his love had always been present, hidden beneath fear and silence. I realized hatred wasn't what I wanted to hold on to. Forgiveness became the key to freeing both of us. Dad confessed he was scared of failing me. That fear built walls between us. He thought silence was protection, but it became distance. Knowing that, I felt compassion instead of anger. His fear was a reflection of love, a love imperfect but real. It made me want to break those walls. Sometimes I caught myself acting like him, quiet, unsure how to say what I felt. It scared me, but now I saw it differently. It meant his love had shaped me deeply. I promised to learn from his mistakes and be braver in my own way. His letter was a mirror, showing me where I came from and where I could go. Dad didn't ask for forgiveness outright, but hoped I'd understand his love through his flaws. He wanted me to live fully and break free from the silence that held him captive. His wish was simple, to be remembered not for what he missed, but for the love he tried to give in his own way. Mom had kept the letter safe all these years, knowing I'd need it someday. She never pressured me to read it, but when I finally did, I felt her quiet support. It was like she was telling me, he loved you, even if it was hard to show. Her silence held its own kind of strength. At night, I sometimes dreamed of Dad, hearing his voice through the letter's words. It was both comforting and bittersweet. The letter became a bridge between past and present, life and loss. It made me feel he was still here, guiding me softly. I wrote a letter in return, words I never had the chance to say aloud. I told him about my pain, my forgiveness, and my love. I left it beside his letter in the attic, hoping somehow he could read it. Writing it healed a part of me I didn't know was broken. With each rereading of his letter and my own reply, healing began. The weight of silence lifted, replaced by understanding and peace. Our conversation, though across time and absence, became real. I finally felt connected to the father I missed so much. I visited Dad's grave, the letter in my hand. I read it aloud, letting his words fill the quiet air. I felt tears, but also a strange peace, as if he was listening, finally heard. It was the closure I never thought I'd find, the conversation we missed in life now complete in memory. Dad's legacy wasn't trophies or grand gestures, but quiet love and clumsy efforts. His imperfect love shaped who I am, teaching me patience, forgiveness, and courage. I understood that love doesn't have to be perfect to be powerful. His letter was his final gift. I see Dad in small things: my stubbornness, my quiet smile, the way I care without words. His presence lingers in me, a gentle reminder of the bond we shared. Knowing this brings warmth to my heart on days when I miss him most. When my son asked if Grandpa loved me, I didn't hesitate. Yeah, I said simply. He loved me very much. Even when it was hard to say, I vowed to never let silence rule love in my family. His letter gave me the courage to speak openly. I keep both letters safely, a symbol of love that spans beyond words and time. The letter Dad never sent taught me that it's never too late to hear, forgive, or love, and that sometimes the quietest voices hold the loudest love.